Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Harakah, Kadash, double honors unto your apostles and elders, great millstone who rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright, I'm going to get straight into this video. This is Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Now, this precept speaking upon Esau, Edom, the red Hebrew Edomite, presently today, he's rebranded himself racially as the so-called white race, basically. Everyone that basically descends from Esau has been, everything in this world has been flipped upside down, even as far as the fact that race is determined by color as opposed to its actual true meaning, which is descendants by seed. Okay, because if a so-called black man, a Jake, an Israelite, right, from the tribe of Judah sleeps with a white woman, yes, the child's going to come out of a lighter complexion, but guess what? Is that still his son? Is that still of his genealogy? Yeah, it is. Now, if that same said son goes and laid down with another white woman, that child's going to come out lighter, okay? But is that still that man's child? Yes, it is, all right? Is that still the dark-skinned man's grandchild? Yes, it is. Now, say after that generation now, the son that looks high, like a red complexion, a high yellow complexion, lays down with a so-called white woman again. Now, the child that come out, basically is going to look like a so-called white man or woman. But guess what? Is that still that great-grandfather's great-grandson? Yes, it is, all right? So, with that understanding, that's a misrepresentation of race, right? Because race is determined by what? Your lineage, your genealogy. Okay, so the so-called white man, as he called himself today, is really Esau, Edom, the Edomites, okay? Those that actually descend from the man known as Esau, okay? So the point is, this scripture is talking about him. So I'm going to read it again. Psalms 49 and 11. That's the context, but let's delve into this. Their inward thought, so Esau's inward thought is what? That their houses shall continue forever. So this kingdom that we're in is a house that Esau built off the backs of the deaths of the northern kingdom, Gad, the so-called Native American Indians, and even Jake through the Black Death in Europe, okay? Because during the Dark Ages, it was just that in terms of complexion. It was the Dark Ages, okay? People of so-called black nobility ruled Europe, okay? Moors was just one portion, but all these different Tudors, the King James and all these different rulers, the Holy Roman Empire, that's all so-called black people, which actually go back to the land, the man known as Israel, okay? So now when Esau came in, he fulfilled the prophecy of Malachi, the first chapter, of saying that I will return and build my desolate places. And the Lord, said he shall build, but I will throw down. And at this point, it hasn't been thrown down, okay? That prophecy hasn't come to pass, okay? And even with Esau as well, breaking the brotherly covenant, as it tells you in Psalms 50, and basically, actually, it's right there, so I'll just read it. I'll jump to the point. You can start from 18, but I'll get to the point. Verse 20, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother and slanderest thine own mother's son. So he spoke against his brother's son. He broke that brotherly covenant of being a brother to his younger brother, in fact. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So because the Most High didn't speak out against Esau and all of the atrocities he committed against his brother, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites according to the Bible, he thought that the Most High power, which the elites are aware that there's a Most High power known as Yahweh, okay, in the heavens, in the fourth dimension, they're aware of that. Because they did so, and they were allowed to prosper in that. They believed the Most High was on their side. Okay, that the Most High chose them to basically be the new children of Israel. Okay, so their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever and their dwelling places to all generations. So they believe that the way things are, it's gonna stay this way, and really the pinnacle of that is the RFID chip, okay, which is the mark of the beast, because right now everyone's following after the image of the beast, but to become at one with the beast, you have to take the mark of the beast, which shows you, which is it shows your allegiance to this kingdom, and that you're saying that this man is your ruler, basically. You're gonna allow him to have total dominion over you, starting with Satan, really, on the left hand side of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Okay, but in the physical counterpart, Satan is the 12 banking families, starting with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gays, all these different families, all right? Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever and their dwelling places to all generations. So they're going to have total dominion of the earth. That's why it says they call their lands after their own names. They reshaped the whole earth. Because why? Because they believe they're going to inhabit this world forever, all right? And as I said before, the pinnacle of it being the New World Order that they want to establish upon the earth, okay, which is, the kingdom of Esau in its full strength, okay. But I want to delve into this. I'm gonna delve in. There's one main precept I want to delve into, but into leading into that, I'm gonna start with Daniel. This is Daniel 7. I'm gonna start from 1 and getting to the point of verse 9. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heavens strove upon the great sea, and four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings, right? So that's talking about the Assyrian Empire. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, okay? So the rulers were it was taken down, and it was lifted up from the earth and made to stand on its feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. When it was made to stand on its feet as a man, that was talking about the Babylonian Empire, and a man's heart that was given to it was Nebuchadnezzar, all right? Or, sorry, I believe, Nebuchadnezzar, yep. So reading on. And another beast, a second like a bear, right? Which that bear is representative of the Medo-Persian Empire, and it raised up itself on one side, all right? The one side that was raised up was the Persian side, all right? Darius actually was a Mede, okay? And it had 3 ribs. Sorry, not... I believe, Darius was a Mede, okay? If I'm wrong, I'll correct it in the comment board, right? And it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it, right? Being Lydia, Mesopotamia, and Libya, and Greece, I believe. I'm going to have to... a bit rusty on this breakdown, okay? I'm going to have to go over it. Lord willing, I'm going to do a video to follow up on this, all right? Just to go back over it. Between the teeth of it, and they said, thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh, right? Because they conquered a much superior landmass than what formerly the Babylonians had, right? They had a lot of states, as it tells you in the book of Esther, 100 and more than America, a hundred odd more, which I can't remember at this time. After it tells you in the book of Esther, after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, right, which represents Alexander, who they call the Great, the Greek, which had upon the back 4 wings of a fowl, talking about his 4 generals that bear rule after him, Cassander, Antiochus, and Lacemaeus, okay? The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given unto it. So that's the different regions and the different men that were had rulership over those regions. All right. After this, I saw during the Hellenistic period. Okay, so that's like that Hellenistic period. After this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue of defeat with defeat, that being the Israelites, man. All right, in the time of Rome. All right, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. Why was it diverse? Because it had a political system that basically elected a ruler, as it tells you in the book of Maccabees, to bear rule for a tenure, a period of time of a few years or a year or however long they used to do it. All right, that's how it was diverse from all the beasts before, and it had 10 horns. All right, so the different respective regions I was under Rome, and I considered the horns, and behold, there came among them a little horn, before whom there were 3 of the firstfruits plucked up by the roots. And behold, in his horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and the mouth speaking great things. Right, so the 3 first horns being the UK, all right, France and Spain, all right, but the little horn only was America, all right, and the eyes is talking about the technology, all right. I behold till the thrones were cast down. Now this is the point. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. All right. So let's delve into this, being this is the main topic. All right. So I read Psalms 49 and 11 at the beginning. That he determined, Esau believes that his kingship is gonna last forever. But now let's delve into this. Daniel 7 and 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down. All right, so all these different thrones that were prior before, they were cast down. All right. Now you remember that Satan, when he tempted the Lord on the mount, he basically said to him, "Bow before me, and I shall give you, rulership over all the kingdoms of the earth." Why did he say that? Because all the kingdoms of the earth were basically in the hand of Satan on the left-hand side. All right, because whenever if Israel didn't bear rule, basically it was a kingship of wickedness that ruled upon the earth. All right, so I beheld till all the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient Days did sit. Again, so the point that I missed is the fact that Yahweh Shai, in the book of Colossians, it tells you, the first chapter, that he actually built all dominions, principalities. He already had charge over that, but he made himself a little lower than all the angels by coming in the flesh to basically bear all the iniquity of Israel, to be be the sacrificial lamb, to be a mediator between Israel and the Most High after they had broken that bond that they had before. All right, that was spoken in the book of Hosea, the first chapter. So now, delving into this point, I beheld till the thrones were cast down. All right, so all the thrones were cast down. All these different dominions that were made, these wicked dominions, were cast down. All right, and the Ancient of the Days did sit. So who's the Ancient of Days? The one that was before the days upon the earth. That's the Most High Power, Yahweh. Okay, he's ancient to all this. All right, you know what's ancient to us? Ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, and those are like 2,000 odd years ago. It's saying that the Most High Power is ancient to the days that are upon this earth. So you imagine how ancient he is to the fact that the earth is set is as it is, but he was way before that, man. All right. So he's the only one that after all of this shit was said and done, he was still sat upon his throne. He was ancient to all the time. I hope you're following what I'm saying. The man that's actually ancient before everything happened upon this earth is the only one that's going to be left standing when everything's said and done. All right, that shows you how superior his rulership is. So again, it says, whose garment was white as snow, which denotes purity, and the hair of his head like the pure wool, which is the afro. Okay, because it tells you that the only people who have woolly hair is so-called black people. All right, His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. So he was in a big chariot, all right? Something similar, second Ezra to 13th chapter, all right? But he was sat upon a throne inside of a chariot. So that's the point. His throne was still standing after all these dominions. So now let's jump into this. This is verse 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, and shall be diverse from all the kingdoms, as I spoke before. Democracy, basically. Democracy basically meaning demo, meaning people, and cracy, meaning rule. Okay, so the people rule. And that's done by what? Voting someone into power. Or as they would say, the mob rule. Okay, which ultimately is rigged anyway, because the quote by the Rothschilds family basically shows you that they rule basically in the kingdom of men, in this kingdom, because they said, give us control over the country's banks, and we care not who you elect. Loosely paraphrasing. Why would they not care who you elect if they got controls of the banks? Because the governments are subject to the banks. They got to pay interest on all the money that they get loaned from the bank. Okay? So basically, they're in the pocket of the bankers. All right? So they're ultimately the rulers. That's why democracy is a fallacy. All right? Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. All right? And that's the Roman rulership. What were they known for? Their military might. All right? The phalanx, which basically was an innovative style of combat. All right? Having total defense and total offense simultaneously, which really goes back to the Spartans, who are Lacedaemonians, who are descendants, who are also Israelites. All right, Jacob is a form of all things. So reading on, it says, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue the three kings. So he's gonna have total dominion over everyone else before him. Okay, and even to this day, the ICBMs, as it tells you in the book of Revelations, that he made fire to come down from heaven. That's how Esau established his power, dealing with NATO and the EU in his present kingdom, that no one could ever mess with him. America dealing with the atomic bomb, but also ultimately NATO with Yugoslavia dropping bombs over there. That showed that they were a true military power that, no one could step up to. All right? And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. All right? And that's this hell that we're presently in, man. This kingdom ultimately, all the greatest, everything that makes it great, mainly being the inventions, all right, that are in this kingdom: the radiator, the computer, the mobile phone, the internet, the traffic lights, the refrigerator. These are things that really change the dynamic of any kingdom prior to this one. All right, because of the tech that Esau was managed to gain through the time of Jake being in slavery through these years. Okay, so that's how we were worn out. So it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, which he has done. All right, you have we presently use the Gregorian calendar, which comes from the Julian calendar, which is just messed up all forms of time. The real way to determine time is told to us in the book of Genesis, the first chapter. We know how. How do we know how to determine what the time is? By way of the sun, moon, and the stars. They're basically our clock in the heavens. All right. So he's changed that. People don't go by that. They go by a clock system of 24 hours and 365 days a year, right, which is totally off. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times. So the Most High set a boundary whereby he shall rule, okay? Because guess what? The Most High, as we read before, his kingdom shall stand at the end. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints. Who are the saints? All right, let's look it up. Um, Psalms. 147. 147. Okay, there's that one. Let me just check this real quick. That's it. Nah, see. Sluck. Saints. So it's lucky. Okay, bear with me. All right. Psalms 148:14. He also exalts with the horn of his people the praise of all his saints. All right, so here's his saints. Praise of even to the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh. All right, the Lord. So those are the saints. All right. Let's go back to Daniel 7. So it reads, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, the Israelites, who today are known as so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but also being scattered throughout the whole earth, so they don't look like so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. As I broke down the initial open stages of this video, Israel has mixed himself among the nations, man. So now you got Israelites that look like Moabites, that look like Edomites, that look like Elamites, right? That look like every heathen under the earth. But guess what? Their spirit is the Israelite spirit, all right? This word, as it tells you in the book of Romans, the 8th chapter, the Spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. What's the Spirit? The book of John tells you that John 6:63 is the Spirit that quickeneth. These words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life, I believe. All right? So basically this word, this Bible, if it resonates with them, if it clicks with them, they're Israelites. All right? Ultimately of the elect, Lord willing, well, ultimately that would be the case. But then even if it don't click with some of them, they will ultimately show signs that the word is clicking with them. And how so? By the curses being upon them, by them doing certain things that are in tune with the word, which is in tune with the Israelite spirit. All right. So reading on, verse 28. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me, but I kept the matter in my heart. So, anyway, let me finish up on this. So this is Daniel 7:16. I came there unto one of them that stood by and asked him the truth of all this. All right. So this is Daniel being grieved because the visions he saw basically messed him up in the spirit. All right. All right, because it tells you about the angels being before the Most High. He basically saw the Most High in the spirit, and it was a great sight, right? Damn, I gotta read this one. All right, it says verse 10, a fiery stream issued, this is before the throne of the Most High, and came forth from before him Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. So this is the time of the end, right, where whoever's written in the book of life is basically going to be saved, right? I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. That's America's destruction by way of the ICBMs in World War III, but also when Yahushua returns, that he concentrated fire, laser beams, basically being issued out of what the world calls UFOs, which in the Bible are known as the chariots of Israel. All right, as it tells you, Zechariah the 5th chapter, I shall enter into the house of the thief. All right, and that's why I mentioned the Lord was in a fiery flame, and his walls are burning flame of fire, because he's actually inside of a chariot himself, sitting upon a throne. Anyway, reading on, it says, as concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. I saw the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven. This reiteration of Revelations, the 1st chapter, about behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. All right, and came with the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion. So Psalms 49 and 11, Esau, you think your kingdom's going to run forever? It's not. It's a temporary period of time. The most high, Yahweh Shai, is going to be the ultimate ruler over this earth, which shall not pass away, in his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. All right? So that's why, now getting back to the point, I came there unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth of all of this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of these things. These great beasts, which are four kings, as I broke down previously, which shall arise out of the earth. All right? But the saints of the Most High, who's the saints of the Most High? Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. More so, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Ephraim, Gad, Manasseh, Reuben, Issachar, Naphtali, Asher. These are the tribes of Israel, basically. What's the other one? It's on the tip of my tongue. Zebulon. All right, all these different tribes, they're the true Israelites. All right, they're the saints. They're true to their name that was given to them. Yahwadah, Banyamyan, Loya, Rabban, all right, God, Manasseh, different Zabulon, all the names basically in the Lashwan Kodash, all right. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever, which goes back to what? The blessing that the Lord gave us. Your rulership, Esau, as it tells you in Psalms 49 and 11, is in line and in tune with, to a T, because the Lord don't allow his word to go out void. The blessing that Jacob gave you, Isaac gave you, after you wept and asked for a blessing, that you rule by the sword, but the